Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to Inside the Mind, where we talk about online marketing strategy, what it is, why it's important, and why you should care. In last week's episode, we talked about how to design the perfect landing page. In this week's episode, we're going to talk about how to write the perfect landing page. And in case you missed last week's episode, you can find it by going right there. Alright, so let's just jump right in. Before you get started writing your page, take a piece of paper and scribble down all of the benefits of your proposal. Doesn't matter if it's a jumbled mess, it's always better to have more that you can edit than too little you feel like you have to bloat. Now that you have all your benefits written out, the first thing you want to focus on is your headline. Now, a lot of advice out there says to make sure that your headline is compelling or interesting, and if that sounds like generic advice, it's because it is. But the good news is that being interesting is a lot easier than you might think. Magazines like Cosmopolitan and Men's Health write interesting headlines all the time, like 1,000 True Sex Confessions and Six-Pack Abs. And while these might all start to look the same after a while, these are all time-tested headline templates that have been selling magazines off the rack for years. Believe it or not, top landing page copywriters use a similar approach by using headline templates that are designed to generate interest and hook readers into reading the rest of the page. Jon Morrow of Copyblogger has created an excellent resource called the Headline Hacks Report that gives you 52 of some of the most time-tested, interesting headline templates. Some of my favorites include how to take charge of your unruly problem, the minimalist guide to aggravation, and a cheat sheet for the problem you solve. You can find the link to download the headline hacks for free in the description below. And if you're being strategic about how you're driving your traffic, you should always refer to your traffic source in your headline, kind of like we did here. Next, keep your opening paragraph short. No more than 1 to 2 lines really. You want to use your opening paragraph as a way to start a dialogue with your reader. And you want to work in the what's in it for me part of the conversation so they know why they should continue reading the rest of the page. Think of it like an actual conversation. If you were to ask an AT&T customer, hey, are you tired of dropped calls? You're probably going to be able to get their attention for at least that first moment. Helping your readers to identify themselves early in the copy keeps them from clicking that back button for just a second longer. As you're writing the rest of the copy on your page, realize that it's totally natural for people to read the first couple of lines and then skim through the rest of the page. Because of that, you want to keep your most important points at the beginning of each paragraph or in bullet points. This is going to help keep your readers focused as they're scanning through your copy. And if you're opting for long-form copy, break up your readers' eye patterns by using subheaders so you can stop scrollers to get your most important points in. To illustrate this point, I've brought my friend Mario here to show you what your readers' eyes are doing as they're going through your page. Now, without subheaders, Mario will just free fall through to the bottom of the page. But when you use subheaders, Mario lands on each subhead before he continues down to the bottom of the page. And if you're thinking about subheads like mini headlines, you can easily communicate the benefits of each section before they get to the add to cart button. Seriously, get the report. It's free. Throughout your copy too, try to weave in proof that what you're trying to sell actually works. This article on landing pages on Copyblogger says walk them through specific examples of how your product or service worked for you or other people. On that same note, use testimonials to improve the trust factor of your landing page. Now, you don't want to have your testimonials be a place where you ask your previous customers to talk about how awesome you are. That's really just full of ego and nobody really cares about that. Instead, you want to have your previous customers address questions that your new customers might have. Questions like, will this work for my situation? Is this going to be too hard? Will I have time for this? What if I need to return this? And how can I trust this person? Are all great questions to have answered so your new customers can really have their mind eased about clicking that add to cart button. And remember, people are terrified of being oversold or scammed on the internet because it's so easy to do. So you want to include a strong guarantee or a risk reversal to help them ease their mind about buying something from you. And finally, you have to have a strong close. That article I was talking about on Copyblogger says remind your customer of the benefits they'll get when they buy and resurface the pain and inconveniences that will go away once they've fully used your product or service. Once you've done that, ask them explicitly to buy. Not doing so will cost you conversions, and it's an easy mistake to make because we can all be hesitant to ask for things. And that PS that's such a sales letter cliche, it works like a charm. When people get to the end of your letter, all their lingering objections are put on one end of the scale, and your price tag gets put on the other. Here's your opportunity to tactfully let them know they can have all the benefits they want and solve their problems at the same time. Alright, that's all we got for today's episode of Inside the Mind. Thanks so much for watching. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. If you have anything that you want to add to the landing page copy conversation, please be sure to leave a video response by clicking on my face or asking a question in the comments below. And subscribe if you want to be the first to know when the next video comes out.